So for those who do not know me, I'm a third year MBBS student affiliated to Clavimate, and I'm here to help you clear NEET. In this series, we will not be discussing subject matter, we will not be discussing anything boring, rather we'll be discussing in very short videos some important tips, tricks and hacks which you need to know to be able to understand the pattern of NEET, to be able to clear NEET. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the one thing that I would like you to understand is that I want you to solve at least 150 MCQs from each chapter. 150 MCQs हर chapter से करने हैं. And in addition to that, you also have to solve mock tests as well as solve the past year questions. So you can trust this 150 MCQs per chapter. You may wonder ये number किधर से आ गया. This is a very tried and tested number. Lot of people have said that this have come to a consensus that this is the basic number of questions that you should be solving at minimum number. इससे ज़्यादा भी आप कर सकते हो. There is no maximum limit, but the minimum number is 150. So anyway, so when you combine all of this with 96 chapters, the number which comes is around 20,000 plus MCQs. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking this is a huge number. 20,000 is the baseline number. आप इससे ज़्यादा भी कर सकते हो. As I said, sky is the limit, but this is the basic number that you should be doing, the number of MCQs that you should be doing to be able to clear NEET properly. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking that 20,000 MCQs is a huge number. हम कैसे करेंगे? Fear not, I have tried to break it down for you in the next slide. Please go through it. I'm sure it will help you. Okay, so my recommendation is that you should solve MCQs of at least 3 to 4 chapters every single week. I recommend 4 chapters every week. Since it's the month of November and we are thinking that NEET will be in the month of May this year, because before our pandemic hit, the NEET exam was always on the first Sunday of May. So if that's the case, without any delay in the academic session, if NEET is held like that, then it will be in May. It may also be in June, but just to be precautious, we will consider it in May. So अगर ऐसा हुआ तो फिर आपके पास अभी भी 8 महीने sort of like 7 months है. So if you can do 4 chapters every single week, then you'll be able to complete 96 chapters which are there in NEET in 6 months, 24 weeks. And you'll even have 1 month extra. So that's great, right? Seems fair? Okay, so now the next thing which I have mentioned here is that MCQ of each chapter takes around 7 hours. This is an average number. Some chapters take less, some chapters take more, but this is an average number. I will not show you the calculation because फालतू में ही video बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा, but you can totally trust this 7 hours every chapter, more or less. So if you solve the MCQs of 4 chapters every week, तो फिर आपको 28 hours every week देना होगा to solve the MCQs, to be able to complete all the chapters in time. And as you can see, in a week which is 7 days, which it has 168 hours, so उसमें से आपको only 28 hours देना पड़ेगा, which is just 17% of your time. It's not even 20%. Right? So the huge number of 20,000, once you break it down logically, it actually comes down to a very small number. I hope this has calmed a lot of fear and panic that came into your mind when you saw the number 20,000, right? Okay, so moving on. I also want to remind you that most students एकदम zero से start नहीं करते. ज़्यादातर students का थोड़ा बहुत chapters, कुछ chapters के MCQ already solved रहता है. For some students it might be 5 chapters और कुछ students बहुत सारे chapters कर लेते हैं, 20, 40, 50 chapters रहता है. Some 5, some 40. So this number of 96 chapters is actually not even 96. It's actually lesser. Of course, it depends on how many chapters you have done, how much you have worked in the remaining of your plus 2. But all said and done, it's basically not 96 chapters, it's actually less than that. So this means that आप 6 months के कम time में ही complete कर सकते हो, if of course you do the 4 chapters every week math. Right, so this is regarding your time management and how many chapters and how much time you have to give and things regarding that. Now a few tips regarding how to choose your chapters कि आप कौन से chapters का MCQ हर week करोगे. So as I said कि आपको हर week 4 chapters करना है. So include all the subjects every single week. For example, 2 biology, 1 chemistry and 1 physics. या फिर अगर किसी का chemistry week रहता है तो फिर 2 chemistry, 1 bio and 1 physics. या फिर अगर किसी का physics में बहुत ज़्यादा backlog हो रहा है तो फिर 2 physics, 1 bio, 1 chemistry. ये कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स आप कम्प्लीटली आप खुद कर सकते हो डिपेंडिंग ऑन आपका कौन सा सबसे ज़्यादा बैकलॉग है, व्हाट इज़ योर रिक्वायरमेंट एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. बट माय रिकमेंडेशन इज़ प्लीज़ इंक्लूड ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स, तो फिर आपका हर सब्जेक्ट में इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोग्रेस होता रहेगा. Also, one important recommendation is that please include one class 11 ka topic every single week. Like for example, you do 2 chapters in bio, one physics, one chemistry. So when you're doing 2 chapters in bio, do one from class 11, one from class 12. Or you can even do both class 12 bio topics, one physics from class 11 and one class 12 chemistry. Like try to include at least one class 11 topic. If you want, you can do two class 11 topics and two class 12 topics. All said and done, what I'm trying to say is try to make the choice of your chapters as versatile as possible. Include all chapters each week and include at least one class 11 topic every week. इससे आपका क्लास 11 टॉपिक अगर आप हर वीक एक एक एटलीस्ट एक चैप्टर करते रहोगे, यू कैन डू टू ऑल्सो इफ यू वांट, if you feel like it. If you have completed 12 or if you're close to completing 12, you can do 2 class 11 chapters a week. If you do this, you will see that towards the end of your class 12, जब NEET सामने आ जाता है, most students start worrying about their class 11 because ज़्यादातर students class 11 को ज़्यादा seriously नहीं लेते regarding NEET, so they start worrying regarding 11th का syllabus. So अगर आप अभी से थोड़ा मेजर्स लेना स्टार्ट करेंगे तो फिर आपका ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगा. एंड रैदर यू विल ऑल्सो बी इन टच विद द क्लास 11 सिलेबस विच एक्चुअली हेल्प्स बिल्ड द कॉन्सेप्ट्स फॉर योर क्लास 12 chapters as well. So these are some recommendations regarding how you can choose the chapters that you will do every single week. Next important question which I know a lot of you have in mind is where to solve MCQs from. And I know this is a very pertinent question and a lot of you ask this. And this is a good question. Now, before I answer this specifically, I want you to understand that please stick to one source, because I've met a lot of students, a majority of you, who are very confused regarding what source to use. And आप लोग बहुत सारे books खरीद लेते हैं, बहुत सारे subscriptions ले लेते हैं, and then you get completely confused because you get so overwhelmed with the time management. आप time नहीं बना पाते. That is a very common issue a lot of people face. You already have school and you have tuitions and you have to prepare for NEET. So don't try to complicate your life by using a number of resources. Stick to one good resource which is well accepted. I will be telling you what these resources are, but please keep this in your mind. Stick to one resource. Don't use 1,000 books. Don't use 1,000 subscriptions. It will only confuse you and waste your time. Right, coming to the names of the resources, so I've divided it into two, as you can clearly see on the screen. One is the easy level books. Easy का मतलब easy नहीं होता है, it just means that NEET का level जो questions रहता है एकदम उसी के level का रहता है. Easy इससे ज़्यादा easy भी नहीं रहता है, उससे ज़्यादा difficult भी नहीं रहता है. And the name of this book is Objective NCERT at Your Fingertips, and the publishing house is MTG. And I know a lot of you have heard of this book because I persist on the name on this book in all my sessions. So those who are my students already at Clavimate know about this, about how much I persist regarding this. And those of you who have not yet had sessions with me, please buy this book and start solving. एकदम NEET level का questions रहते हैं, ज़्यादा difficult भी नहीं, ज़्यादा less difficult भी नहीं रहता है. And as you know, NEET में NCERT is like a Bible, and you need to absolutely have it at the tip of your tongue. And this book will totally help you because MCQ solving से active learning बढ़ता है, so it will help you retain things better. And for some of you who want to achieve more, for example, if you want to score above 680 in NEET, or those of you who are attempting or trying to achieve a seat in AIMS or JIPMER or an institute like that, you will need a higher score. So for those people, I have listed a set of higher difficulty books like O.P. Tandon for chemistry, Truman for biology, and D.C. Pandey for physics. So these books have higher level questions, higher level MCQs. You can solve it. You have to solve it if you want to clear for NEET and JIPMER. Lekin I will always tell you to please solve NCERT fingertips first. Do that first, and once you get comfortable with that, once you find कि आपको बहुत easy लग रहा है, then you can move on to the difficult books. Do not directly jump to the difficult books. Do not get over ambitious. Be realistic, because बहुत सारे time में देखा जाता है कि students directly difficult books solve करने लगते हैं, and then they get very disheartened and they completely lose courage and they don't prepare for NEET at all. So I don't want that to happen to you. So please start with the NEET level questions first and then move on to the difficult level books. So now, MCQ solving is good. It's not good, it's absolutely essential. You have to do it. But what's more essential is that you have to analyze your mistakes. Because without analysis, solving is useless. Analysis, what does analysis mean? It means that when you solve the MCQs, जो MCQs आपको नहीं आ रहे हैं, जो MCQs आपको doubt हो रहे हैं, those MCQs आपको mark करना है, just a circle या फिर एक highlighter से mark कर सकते हैं, and you are supposed to see that solution of that या फिर उसका related theory जो NCERT में दिया हुआ है या फिर आपके text book में दिया हुआ है, उसको आपको देखना है. बिकॉज जो MCQs आप सॉल्व कर पा रहे हैं तो वो MCQs तो ठीक है, बिकॉज दोज यू ऑलरेडी नो, लेकिन जो MCQs हम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, दैट इज़ आवर फोकस, दैट इज़ वॉट नीड्स टू बी कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड ऑन, बिकॉज वी वॉन्ट यू टू इंक्रीज योर एक्यूरेसी, बिकॉज नीट इज़ अ कंपेटिटिव एग्जाम, इट्स नॉट अ बोर्ड एग्जाम. राइट, सो जो क्वेश्चंस आप नहीं सॉल्व कर पा रहे हो या फिर जो क्वेश्चन आपको डिफिकल्ट लग रहे हैं, प्लीज़ गो थ्रू दोज क्वेश्चंस पॉजिटिवली. दैट इज इन एनालिसिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. Solving MCQs without analysis is absolutely useless. Please keep this in mind, okay? Right, so the video is already, I think, 11 minutes long, and I don't want to be taking too much of your time because, as I promised, these videos will be very short so that I don't take too much of your time and you don't get bored. So we'll be back every single week to discuss a topic like this regarding NEET, and I hope that it will be very relevant to you. And all students, I'm also requesting you to please let us know what things you would like to be discussed या फिर आपके मन में कैसे सवाल आ रहे हैं regarding NEET in the comment section below, so that we can address your problems in a much more focused manner. And I really hope you enjoyed this video and found this useful. Happy studying.